know what she said. She might just change your life.
The gentleman who creates Johnny Walker at this moment, his name is Jim Beveridge.
Oh, that's a perfect
That's
name.
his real
Well,
name.
that's not his real name. It can't
It's his real
be.
name.
It
It's
can't
on the
be.
bottles.
That's
He
perfect.
signs his name. His name's Jim Beveridge, and he's been making Johnny Walker for about 34 years. And I would go as far as saying he's got one of the most sophisticated evolved palates on the planet. This guy is responsible for one of the largest brands of whiskey in the world, if not the largest brand. And so, Black Label is a 12-year-old Scotch, and it's a little blended Scotch, pardon me, and it's a little smokier than its younger brother, which is Red Label. And what they did a little experiment with Black Label. They took 12 sommeliers and put them in a room. It sounds like a lead up to a really bad joke.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. 12 sommeliers in a room.
So they took 12 sommeliers, plopped them in a room, and put 3 glasses of whiskey in front of them. And they didn't tell them what it was. They put one glass was neat, was served on its own. One glass was served with ice, and the last one was served with water. And they asked these sommeliers to write down what they were pulling out of the whiskey and try to give an educated guess on what it was. Not a single person in that room got the answer correct.
Really?
And each of the glasses that were in front of these people was Black Label.
That's interesting.
Served 3 different ways, but none of them were able to pull out that it was the same whiskey 3 times.
So is that a good thing?
It's extremely diverse, and that's what I was saying
Yeah,
before.
okay.
So the different serving pulls out different characteristics in the drink.
Exactly.
So that, I think,
That's
Sharon,
great.
that's the one for you,
It's
for your dad.
very diverse, and that's why I was saying if you could have one to put on your shelf and one to rely on, if somebody comes over and wants some sort
It's
of
a
whiskey
winner.
to drink, this is the guy.
So how many mixed drinks can you use whiskey for? I mean, besides just plain, for those who want it neat, like, let's say they have a girlfriend or a wife who doesn't not want to drink it neat. Can you still use it for something, for drinks? Like what?
Absolutely. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of whiskey cocktails that you can bend this Scotch into. Absolutely. It's just a matter of figuring out what you want to drink and how you want to drink it.
Now,
what you wanna mix it
Jenna,
with.
when I'm standing in front of that wall, though, and okay, now I'm going to get that kind, but standing in front of the wall, and you're thinking, okay, what can I base it on? The color of the bottle, the name, or there are some there that are $39 and some that are $339. Like, what makes the difference between a high, a mid, and a low-priced Scotch or whiskey?
It can become very deceiving, and in my mind, it's difficult to choose the right whiskey, especially when you're standing in front of a wall like that. And a lot of times, people are going to gravitate towards the older whiskeys. In their mind, age denotes quality.
And so, what difference does age make?
Age is going to change the profile of the whiskey itself. It's also going to change the price tag. You're paying more money for older whiskeys because it takes more time to age them, but age isn't always correlated with quality in my mind.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. So you have to be careful. There's a lot of whiskeys that anywhere past 15, I find anywhere between 12 to 15 or 15 to 17 years is kind of the sweet spot. Anything after that, it takes a very, very qualified or talented whiskey maker to be making quality whiskey after that point.
So you're...
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.